I want to show you something real quick. All right, you see this? It says Patriot bond. It's a Series EE. This particular one was issued in 2002. They have a 20-year maturity date. Now, in King Extraterrestrial Court, what we said was it doubles its face value every 20 years. That's like your population growth in America, or anywhere for that matter. So we also made very specific extraterrestrial laws on the books with the U.S. Patriot, this being all I might need in the future as my proof, that if my grandfather or my children's grandfathers ever fought in a war off America's shore, was called into war, like say in Korea, my son Anthony, his grandfather Anthony, went to Korea and killed a couple of people and fought for the America at home. His other grandfather, Walter, I'm not sure if he was McDonald, Moore, or whatever, went to Pearl Harbor in Hawaii. He was working there, killed a couple of Japs. It was okay to call the GOOKS that back then. There was no, like, panties in a bunch at, like, we can't breathe! For the fucking children left behind like fucking assholes. Okay, so for like the adults on the Fidelis, there was very marketed writing that if your grandfather or anyone in your family ever fought in a war and had to kill some other kind of whatever, same goes for the Middle East, by the way, they're not allowed to move ever into the home country that the men were dragged out of, because the women and children at home don't know what the men experienced in the war far away and what the enemy looked like. So you'd be leaving the women and children in the American whatever when you borrowed their men to go far away and fight. You left their women and children exposed to the enemy. We thought that the assholes at home that never made it away to war or that made it home and then their grandkids would kind of stand up for the rest of us that our grandparents died elsewhere in the war. And that you'd stand up for our white rights to not have to be invaded by anything facially disfigured like a Gook, a Jap, a Korean. Why are there so many of them on Americas? I know there were 50 stamps, but they say there's a union. They say that there's some kind of like fidelity between the children. I haven't seen it at all, but I'm just asking, why is it that my children have to walk around and my one son has to go with the enemy in his classroom? If there's like 30 kids in a classroom, my son Anthony is one white, there's one Hispanic, and then the rest is all the enemy from his grandfather's wars that just came over here. My son doesn't want to see him. I don't want to see him. How did they get safe passage to come and take advantage and take my jobs away as a parent for saying so? You realize that, right? That in anticipation of my rebirth as an immortal goddess, which I am, and with crown royal name, birthday, and so on and so forth, they have completely dumbed down American society, especially in New York. They threw the enemy over here like, shh, nobody will know. We'll just make new money and we'll be the kings. You kind of don't want the enemy to gain the advantage on the money part, stupid fucking Americans. I'm just saying. So you might have wanted to fucking stand up and help me out. Maybe something in London. I don't know. They're the protest fucking church, so God only knows. I don't know where my Italian Catholics went. Like, you were like all irie. I mean, I know the Padre in like the head of the Catholic Church in Italy. He's like white Argentinian. So like, what the fuck happened to you, father, in America? You gonna stand up for like the head of the Catholic Church? I know, like, you got, like, the special hat, but I'm the cat that comes with a Catholic. So, anybody, anywhere gonna fucking stand up and help me out? Like, why are there so many fucking children moving around the world? And why am I jobless, homeless, and moneyless? I'm penniless. Literally. I was born penniless. No house, no access to bank, money, partnership, nothing. What the fuck are you all doing? And by the way, 4 U.S. chartered banks in America will not cash this. I now have to go through some website. Thanks, foreign fucking takeover. I gotta go through a website, wait, have them send it to me, but because I have no bank account, because I have no job, I have no income, and now they charge you to keep money in a bank, and the banks don't do anything, any cash. They're like, well, we don't do cash. What the fuck are you allowed to be a bank for if you don't do cash transactions, assholes? What the fuck is going on with America? Anybody gonna wake up and, like, take your country back? I'm just curious.